Councilman Howard Duvall is attempting to change the 5 Points curfew from 4 a.m. to 2 a.m. When the last candy apple is handed out for the day, the fair might close down, but the workers are here ready to prep for tomorrow. That's right, guys. When it comes to Hollywood bigwigs and sexual misconduct, in most cases, these men are respectfully admitting their mistakes, apologizing, and stepping down. Tragedy strikes today at the University of South Carolina, where a student has just been found after committing suicide in Gambrell Hall. It's still feeling really great out on this Friday afternoon, mid-60s out here. Most of us know that pink represents breast cancer awareness, but this month for autism awareness, the 5 Points fountain is blue. Augustine has been riding horses for over 16 years.
I've been riding since I was 8 years old. Riding it's just always really been my thing. I started super young and I kind of fell in love. London is a horse that I owned for a very long time. I started riding him when I think it was about 16. I look at him as one of my horses of a lifetime.
But 2 years ago, during a routine grazing, the unexpected happened and Allie's life flashed before her eyes.
It was really a freak accident. I was grazing him, which means just letting him eat grass next to me, and London kicked up at a bug, like to get it off of his stomach, but then he did it again and basically kicked with his left hind foot up at my face right here.
Her 10-day stay in the hospital included surgeries, frustration, and so much uncertainty.
In that injury, she sustained multiple facial lacerations, and she also sustained a pretty catastrophic injury to her left eye.
Allie sustained 7 different types of fractures to the face, but was lucky because the blow completely missed her brain.
I think the biggest thing when you walked into the room, you were just like taken back by what you were looking at and how's this patient even alive right now.
Basically, I was telling myself it's going to be okay. You know, it was a lot to process going through everything.
Allie's mom, Amy, stayed up for days, watching her oldest child lay helpless in a hospital bed.
She had a tracheotomy. She couldn't talk to anybody. She couldn't see anything. They wanted her to press a button for pain, but she couldn't find the button. And I was not leaving.
After fighting to recover, Allie decided she was ready to go.
I woke up one morning and I told the nurse, I said, I'm going home today.
Allie left the hospital with 10 metal plates and well over 100 screws in her face. And despite the fact that she lost vision in her left eye, she was ready to get back to her favorite place.
Yeah, I was floored when she came to one of her first post-op visits. The first thing she said to me was, "Is it all right if I start riding?" I was like, "Whoa, pump the brakes a little bit." But I think she started riding within 2 months of her accident.
Getting on, I didn't really have a problem. When I was grazing horses again, it did take me a little bit to feel comfortable, and even still, you know, leading them around and being around them on the ground, when I feel that they're going to do something that's not safe, I pretty much put them up right away.
Allie says it changed her and her view on life.
It's really just made me appreciate the friends, the family, how great life is. You know, people call it a disability, but I mean, really, it could have been so much worse. I didn't even have a concussion. No, it's different, but it's very humbling, and it's great to see the world, you know, this way.
Katie Augustine, Carolina News. As the leaves start to fall in Columbia, it means the state fair is coming to town. Bright lights and junk food bring in guests from all over the area, but a lot of hard work goes into making the fair a success.
I've been here since Monday, a week ago, every day, 7 to 7.
Rides are assembled and food is prepped to be ready for the crowds, and Chastity and Jason of Stork Confections are no strangers to the setup process.
Yesterday we come in for about 3 hours and this is what we did.
Everything packs into the trailer when we tear it down. We carry everything out of here and then we put it all on.
And the candy apples don't make themselves.
It takes roughly about an hour to do the caramel. It takes anywhere from 45 minutes on the candy. To get just to dipping the apples itself, probably about another 45 minutes.
But despite the hours of prep work, they say the smiles are what it's all about.
The best thing in the world is handing a little kid their candy apple or their caramel apple or their bag of cotton candy and seeing that smile, because it just lights their face up.
When the last candy apple is handed out for the day, the fair might close down, but the workers are here ready to prep for tomorrow. So swing by and see Chastity and Jason for a candy apple while you're at the fair next week. Katie Augustine, Carolina News. Over a decade of peace between Drew High School and nearby residents has recently been shaken after a proposal for a new sports field on campus. Members of the Heathwood, Shandon, and Melrose Heights neighborhoods are having flashbacks to 2003 when an argument to rebuild the school had to end in a compromise. I'm here at the current Drew High School practice field, which is also the site for the proposed multi-purpose sports facility. As you can see, residents live all along the other side of the wall that surrounds the field. In 2003, they were promised that this space would remain green and untouched. Now, 14 years later, Drew Athletics is challenging that compromise.
What they're proposing is to put a practice field that will be used for JV, football, soccer, lacrosse. They will use it also for some middle school sports activities.
When the original proposal was presented months ago, it included 6 light poles with unrestricted use, bleacher seating for almost 1,000, a sound system, and a press box. But after many complaints, the updated proposal reduced the 6 lights to 4 poles with a 9 p.m. curfew, only 700-person bleacher seating, and does not include a sound system or a press box. Both proposals also include 5 new tennis courts. At a public hearing, many residents voiced their concerns for increased noise, lights, and traffic, while students and staff of Drew claimed they're unable to stay competitive with other schools in the area because they don't have the advantage of a home field on campus. Former president of the Shandon Neighborhood Council, Mary Rowe, believes the field will be beneficial.
Public schools have a terrific place in our community. The sound of a tennis ball being hit, the sound of a roaring crowd, on your campus. Those are all sounds of, I think, freedom and things that we stand for.
In order for the field to be implemented, the city must approve a rezoning request, which they've already denied twice in the last 6 months. The third and final vote has been postponed until further notice so that council members are able to find the best solution. For Carolina News, I'm Katie Augustine. And former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn has pled guilty to lying to the FBI about conversations he had with Russia's ambassador. The race for South Carolina governor is heating up in terms of fundraising. Republican challenger Catherine Templeton came out on top over Henry McMaster. This is the first time Templeton has raised more since the campaigns began. Amid several sexual assault allegations, Minnesota Democratic Senator Al Franken has been receiving pressure from his colleagues to resign, and this morning he announced his decision to the Senate floor and the world.